Well, I'm here to review step number 4 of the 67 steps by Ty Lopez. This is 67 different videos, each focusing on ideas that Ty's learned from his mentors that you should implement into your life so that you can live the good life, as he calls it: health, wealth, love, and happiness. These are some of the most amazing ideas I've ever learned, even if they're just kind of reorganized ideas that you maybe already know but you have forgotten. And a lot of these are basic ideas, but it's important to master the basics. And this one's called Picasso's Rising Tide and the Law of 33%, using mentors to shave years off of your learning curve. So this one is all about why you and I need to have mentors in life. We probably already know that, but we're going to get into the deep specifics of why this is so important, how to find a mentor, what to look for, what to look out for in these people, and also how, whether you realize it or not, you can be mentoring other people in the process. Ty explains that at the age of 16, he realized that he didn't have the answers to all of life's questions. So he was curious to acquire that knowledge. And so he handwrote a letter to the smartest person he knew at the time, which was his grandfather. And he asked him, "Grandpa, who should I marry? What religion should I follow? Where should I live? What occupation should I do? Should I or should I not go to college?" And he was surprised at how quickly his grandfather wrote back and said, "Ty, no one person has all the answers. The world is too complicated. So you must make war with a multitude of counselors." As regarding this video, that means that you need to have a bunch of different mentors for different areas of your life. And that brings us to the idea of the law of 33%. We're awake for roughly 18 to 16 hours a day. You should divide that number into thirds. And 33% of the time you should be spending with people below you. This is people that are presumably younger than you, but it at least means people that aren't far as long in their career as you. And this, being around this group of people, will serve as a dual benefit. You can mentor these people, because there's always someone doing worse than you and there's always someone doing better. And through you mentoring them and teaching them what you know, not only will it drill the ideas into your head, but it will serve as encouragement and self-esteem for you to see that you're doing better than some other people. The second 33% should be spent with people on your level. This is people that are about the same income level as you, same life challenges, same point in their career, because this will serve as reinforcement, and this will be kind of your peer group. And remember that friendships are forged through adversity. So this group of people and the first group represents 66% approximately of your time. And by definition, it represents the majority of the people you're going to be hanging around. But it's this last group of people, the last 33%, that is the most important for you to make progress. You must spend 33% of your time on a daily or at least weekly basis with people that are 10 to 20 years ahead of you, wherever you want to be. And by definition, this is the group of people that probably is most avoided, because it's the group of people that are going to make you feel the most uncomfortable, because they're going to make complicated things look very easy because they have more time doing these things. They're going to stretch you. But remember that this is how things are supposed to be. You only grow by lifting heavy weights, so to speak. You're not going to build heavy muscles by lifting 1 pound weights. And Richard Dawkins explained it in his book, The Selfish Gene, from, I think it was written in 1974, that our brains are wired for learning. That's why we're not born knowing English, because what if you were born in China? What if you were born in Japan? And Ty validates this idea that nature's about learning, because he was explaining that when he was living with the Amish, he noticed that baby cows learn what grass to eat and what grass not to eat, not through a lecture by the mom cow, but through just being around the mom cow. And they can avoid the pitfalls just by being around someone that's older than them and more experienced. So without realizing it, the mother cow's mentoring the baby cow. And perhaps that's why a lot of people don't do so well in school, because school doesn't teach learning through osmosis by being around something. They teach you kind of by the teacher being up at the chalkboard and teaching you auditory and visual learning, but they don't teach you the most effective way, which is osmosis, like we're talking about. And it's important that to focus on this 33%, because you don't want to spend all of your time with just one of these groups of people. You certainly don't want to spend all of your time with the last group, the people that are 10 to 20 years ahead of you, because that may serve as discouragement, because you'll always be behind a group of people. So life's about balance, and that's why you don't want to go crazy with this last group. And it's all three groups are evenly divided with your time. And you have to remember that with these mentors, the key thing you're looking for is, are they where you want to be in a certain area of life, where you want to be in the future? Because no one's perfect, and you're going to certainly find flaws in your mentors. And the key thing to remember, that the edge effect says that the most diversity in species is not in one ecosystem, but it's at the intersection of two or more habitats. In plain English, what that means is that you want to have a variety of mentors, because all of their ideas intersecting is where innovation happens for you in your life. And it's important to remember that these, again, some of these mentors may be a little bit rough around the edges. They may be impatient with you, but that's okay, because their sharpness will smooth you out. And as Joel Salatin says, who was Ty's first mentor, I don't mind carrying a man, but I don't want him to drag his feet. Meaning that these people aren't your babysitters. It's not their job to give you the information. It's your job to get them the information from them. And of course, it reverts back to balance. And you don't want to always be just taking the information from these mentors and not giving them anything in return. Perhaps you cannot mentor them because they're so far ahead of you, but what you can do is give them gifts, give them appreciation, offer your services to them, because that makes things fair, and it will probably encourage them to want to mentor you more by it being a relationship based on reciprocity, or tit for tat, so to speak. And also, never approach these mentors through desperation, because what you chase after too hard moves away. So this lesson here is concluded by two questions. Who are 4 to 10 possible mentors for you? And write down their names. And the second question is, do you have a 4 to 18 month plan to get in a learning relationship with one or two of these people? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for the review of step number 5 of the 67 steps. Take care.